Viewers and subscribers, welcome again to the Coach's Desk with your host, Coach Minze. And we have in studio with us today, Ackera Nugent, former Excelsior standout and former youth representative. Ackera Nugent, welcome to the Coach's Desk.
Thank you.
Right, it's a pleasure having you here with us, Ackera. And we're just going to get right into this interview. How did your track and field journey start?
Well, it's yeah. I wasn't really a fan of the running thing, but my primary school coach saw the potential in me, and it reached a point that, to be honest, I normally always want to like skip training. To be honest, because normally I'll either had excuse that I leave my clothes, so normally it would have an extra PE gears for me. And normally, me that I'd like when school over, me that I go home and him would normally stay out of the gate for actually see me and stuff like that. And after a while, I kind of said, all right, cool. Let's just try this because in being a pressure, me say, all right, cool, let's just try this. I'm really not have nothing I go and go do. So I said, all right, cool. And I started off my journey in grade 4. Yeah, I started off my journey in grade 4. I wasn't really good enough, but I was all right. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so starting in grade 4 and you would have gone to the primary champs and you transitioned to Excelsior High School. Now tell us about those days and years at Excelsior High School.
My years at Excelsior High School was like a great experience. It was a wonderful journey because I had coaches that took me step by step, because I'm not sure if you know that I have K-foot. My knees are actually
Yes.
not. So like in 7th grade, it was really awful. Like a skip and just like those, it was just really awkward and stuff like that. And but yeah, I started to work with Coach Clive, and he started to get my forms right and everything. And that's the first year I actually went to a champs finals and stuff. And I've been going to champs since I was like in 7th grade, and I've been making finals. But like most champs, I had injuries, so it was a bit on and off for me and stuff like that. But like getting into 9th grade, uh, I started to gain focus and stuff like that. And I said to myself that where I am right now is not where I'm supposed to be. And if I'm going to want to make it out of this sport and actually survive, I'm going to have to get my game up. I have to get my head in the game. I have to know who my competitors are, what I need to do, and stuff like that, areas that I needed to work on. And after those bad years of injury, I started to work on areas that I needed to actually work on. And I started to improve over time being. I started to improve and stuff like that. Going into 11th grade, I started to work with Michael Russell and stuff like that. I was actually at a point where I was like, I really just can't do this anymore, because I was like, when I'm at the peak of things and the peak of myself, I always come down with an injury and stuff like that. And he was like, come on, man, we can do this, we can do this. And to be honest, that was like going into like 11th grade, which was class 1. Was it class 1?
Class 2.
Oh, it was class 2. Sorry. It's because, Yeah. And going into class two, I was like, I actually lost myself. I really lost myself because starting up that journey, I was actually injured. I was injured at that time before like I actually first opened up to do my first hurdles race where I ran the record time. I was so depressed. I was so devastated and stuff like that. But they didn't give up on me. They actually worked with me, even though, to be honest, I'm a very stubborn athlete. But I get the job done
Okay.
when it needs to be done. And I'm very lazy. I am, let I be honest with you, I'm very lazy.
They normally
But
they normally say that athletes who are talented, are oftentimes the lazy ones. So that was one of the questions I wanted to ask you. If you train hard, do what you're supposed to do, what you are supposed to do in training, as well, or you actually reserve your energy in training. But you alluded to the fact that you are a lazy athlete. So continue on that.
well, actually, if I'm supposed to do 300s, I'm going to get them done. But I'm going to complain at first.
Okay, fair enough.
That's the honest truth. I am going to complain. And like each one I do, I'm going to complain. But I'm going to hit them in the actual time that is given to me, even though I'm complaining. Yeah.
All right. So basically, you enjoyed your stay at the Excelsior High School, and you did
Yes, I did.
extremely well. You were one of the standout athletes there at Excelsior High School. Now, switching lanes there. Now, Ackera, who is your biggest fan? Your mom or your dad?
Okay. The honest truth, the background that I come from, um, my mother don't show emotions. Like she really don't. But the things that she actually do for me, I know that she actually loves and support me. My mom does not come to chat meets. She like normally asks so it went, how I did, and stuff like that. So I to me, she is my biggest supporter, even though she might not say it, she might not show it, but like anything to do with trucks wise and stuff like that, and I need assistance, she will be there. My dad don't really like, play the role, but he's there. He's alright.
All right,
Yeah,
we understand that part of it, Ackera. No, so
yeah.
you're basically saying that your mom is your biggest fan, and she's basically the undercover fan where she doesn't do things for the limelight. She basically stay in the background and she ensures that things happen for you. Now I want you to walk us through that race where you lit up the National Stadium in 2019 and ran that sub 13 time of 12.89 seconds, which was actually a world under 18 record. Walk us through that race.
Uh, on that day, I was like, I, s- I got this idea to like stop overthinking going into competition because it really does not work. And I have decided to stop watching my competitors and stop telling myself that she better than me. She can already win the race. So me really no need for do nothing other than just come second because I had went to therapy because to be honest I was so depressed about everything and stuff like that, and I was also in a new environment, so it gave me the chance to like view myself as not only as an athlete but also as a person. So basically on that day of the race, I just literally just went in there to have fun. But yet still I found my field of vision of having focus. So on that day, I was actually well focused. The only thing that I actually did, I only listened to the starter and remember that it's not me and anybody, it's just me, the hurdles, and the time. So
Right.
basically, that's what I did. And I went out there and I performed and stuff like that. And after it was all finished and all, I felt good in myself to say that this is the first time hurdling in a long while. It was some couple months and I haven't hit a hurdle.
Right.
That was like, I was really happy
About
about
that.
not hitting a hurdle. Yes. Because I normally do, like, when I reach, like, I think it's the eighth hurdle. Yeah, I normally hit that hurdle. That's always been my thing. And then I didn't hit that hurdle. I just felt good. I was like, yes, I didn't hit any hurdles. So I I didn't really care who came first, to be honest, and I didn't really care who came second. It's like in that I just wanted to see my potential and what I've been doing and how it actually comes to play out in competition and where I am in my journey of focus. So
Okay.
basically, that was it.
Okay, awesome. So it was a momentous occasion for you, both clearing all those hurdles without touching any and getting that world youth record. Awesome there. Um,
Well, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I wasn't.
well, congrats on achieving that great feat anyhow. Now you're
Thank you.
no slouch because you run 12.89 seconds, but over the 100-meter flat, you have a time of 11.42 seconds. You're no slouch. Do you believe that you are able to do both events, or do you want to do both events?
Um, to do 100 and to do hurdles, it's kind of tricky because hurdles and 100, most person use two different starts, so it can cause you to be a bit confused. And hurdles is an event whereby you don't keep your dry face. It will be like there's three hard steps and you're up and going. And 100, no, there's this thing that you keep your dry face. And to me, doing both events is an advantage and also a disadvantage. What I'm trying to connote here is that 100 will give you the start to get to the hurdles.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But if you're not in a good field of mind and you get the starts wrong, because everybody know that sometime you might just doing a test run on the track and you get it right, but like when it's time to compete and all of the nerves are there and anxiety and stuff like that, it can actually cause you to get distracted and everything just go the opposite way.
All right. I guess your future coach will decide where you go where that one is concerned. Now in 2018, Ackera, you went to the Youth Olympics and you came third. You won a bronze medal. What was it like knowing that you had a foot issue in that race, but you still pulled through and got a medal?
Can you repeat the question, please?
No, I'm saying in 2018 you represented the country at the Youth Olympics, right?
No.
You had a foot issue. However, you still pulled through and won yourself a bronze medal. What was it like knowing that you had that issue?
It was a bit scary because any athlete that has an injury is going to think that this is the end of my career and I haven't started. Because things that we may take lightly are maybe the major things in our life. So, you know that I was like, oh God, because this is gonna be my last race, Jesus, and stuff like that. But being an athlete, you have to understand life is about taking risks, and you're not gonna know the outcome until you actually try it. And sometimes when you're injured, and you actually get into a race, you don't feel the injury until you actually finish the race. So basically, I guess it was just the fighter and stuff like that. So I just actually just went out there and say, it is what it is. If it's my last race, let it worth it. And it wasn't. So
Okay, great.
yeah.
Now, fast forward to 2020, which has been a third year for track and field athletes and everyone in this world. However, you are
I don't think that, to be honest, I really don't.
in
It
terms of
might sound,
competition for athletes, it has been torrid. Of course, this pandemic would have messed with some person's mental, but in the heat of that, you'd have gotten a scholarship to attend the Baylor University. You want to tell us about your feeling on that?
I'm getting a scholarship to Baylor University.
Yes.
Well, I really don't have anything to say, to be honest, because even without the pandemic or with the pandemic, there would always be a scholarship, to be honest, if we're being honest.
Yes, but I want you to tell me, how do you feel about now being offered a scholarship to attend university abroad? What's the feeling like?
Well, it's a good feel. Who wouldn't feel good about that? Like
But that's what
it
I want you to explain, how happy you are, how joyous
um
it is.
any Jamaican or anybody over the world would feel happy because your parents not paying for it. You're just literally just going
Definitely.
to get the job done. You get what I'm saying? You're actually basically getting a free education, a free opportunity that you don't have to pay out your pocket and be like, oh, where the next dollar gonna come for next semester? Oh, I really got to do this and stuff like that. So getting a scholarship for most Jamaican athletes and also me as a student athlete is actually a great opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think most persons normally take advantage, well, wrong word, normally take disadvantage of opportunity. For me, just don't only want to be an athlete.
Right.
Like, I want more than just being an athlete. I actually want a job other than tracks being my main job.
Right.
If
Right.
you understand that what I'm saying, because the older you get, your body get more complicated. And you might think you'd last up to like 29, 30, and maybe you'll just squint and it will just be the 4 years of college is your last set of years. If you understand what I'm
Yes,
saying.
I perfectly understand what you're saying.
Yeah, so just because it's an opportunity to like go and run and compete and it helps you to travel, I think that student athletes need to like take schoolwork a bit more serious. Well, based off me, because going to college overseas, basically they're actually doing the work for you because you get tutors. You just have to put in the effort.
Right.
Yeah, and I think a lot of athletes lost sight of that because everybody wants to go pro, where the big thing it is and stuff like that. And I don't think it's actually right for a transition from high school straight into pro. At least get the 2 years of college first. That's what I feel. That's
Okay.
my point of view. And I actually think it's a good thing because going pro is not everybody body can actually manage the program and stuff like that, and it actually not easy. So basically that's my insight of it.
Okay, good. Well said. Now, Ackera, you'd have had another year of eligibility to compete at the Boys and Girls Champs, but you'd have forego that eligibility in order to receive or take up this scholarship offer. Do you think that you'd have made the right decision?
For myself, yeah, I actually do.
We
Yeah.
would have come to the end of the show today, Ackera, and it was a pleasure
Okay.
having you here on the coach's desk, telling us a little bit about yourself and your track and field endeavors. Ackera, it was a pleasure for us having you here on the coach's desk. Thanks for the opportunity to be on our show. And we hope that you'll do your best at this new institution. We wish you all the best. We hope that you will leave with not just a first degree, but also a second degree, and that
Indeed, bachelor's.
your track
Bachelor's.
and field endeavors will be successful. All the best and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Same to you.